Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you part 3 or part 1, depends on how you want to see it. So, recently I've been covering things that I would like to see in the MFM and balanced data slate. I did unit changes and detachment changes. Now, I would like to talk about things I would like to see in the future. GW said that they're doing quarterly detachment releases, especially those that already have a codex. I I hope that we're next, but there's no guarantee that we're coming up in June. But with that, I want to talk about some stratagems that I feel we should have got that other people did, and I'm going to be ordering them kind of like you see unending swarm on the screen, because I'm using that to keep track of like where I think it would have fit had we got it. So starting off with unending swarm, uh, the regular monstrosities here probably will have heard me complain about this quite a few times, and that I want this. So there's no surprise in this one. But the detachment rule is insurmountable odds when Hormagaunts, Termagants, and other such expendable warrior organisms attack en masse. They make up for their comparative fragility with sheer numbers, coupled with the speed and ferocity of their onslaught, which only seems to increase as the prey try to gun the creatures down, or drive them back. The gathered brood soon overrun even the most determined defenders. Now, why did I put so much emphasis on expendable? Well, you might know where I'm going with this. Starting with Brood Brother Auxilia. Yes, the GSC Codex has something that I want. Acceptable losses. Your shooting phase. One Astra Militarum unit from your army. Select one enemy unit within engagement range of one or more Gene Stealer Coach units from your army. Until the end of the phase, your unit can make ranged attacks that target that enemy unit. If it does, after it has resolved those attacks, roll 1d6 for each of those GSC units on a 5-up. The unit being rolled for suffers d3 plus 1 mortal wounds. Now, that's a bit steep, but I want to talk about a quick thing that last time I actually talked about Brood Brother Auxilia on the channel. Somebody did point out something I did not catch. This does not do what the next two do. And I guess I should just go to that, because in Chaos Knights, we have Worthless Chattel. Your shooting phase, one damned unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, enemy units are not considered to be within engagement range of your unit for the purposes of selecting targets of ranged weapons. So, we have a lot of blast in our shooting. It's damn near only blast. So, while I want acceptable losses, I really want Worthless Chattel. Until the end of the phase, each time an enemy model loses a wound, while that model's unit is within engagement range of your unit, roll 1d6 on a 4 if one model from your unit is destroyed after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks. Now, I don't think we need to lose that many models out here, but if you're telling me now shoot and scoot, gargoyle, brick, hormagaunts, termagants, reactive move forward instead of back, yeah, I'm down. I'm down for some of that action. If you tell me, um, Von Ryan's Leapers, Heroic Intervention. You know I love the VRLs. Heroic Intervene into something fights first, and then just you're tied up. I'll take that. Take that every day of the week. But also, Chaos Demons have it in Scintillating Legion with Fickle Fire. Your shooting phase, Legion's Demonic Zinch unit within engagement range. Cool. Until the end of the phase, enemy units are not considered to be within engagement range of your unit for the purposes of selecting targets for and resolving attacks with ranged weapons. Until the end of the phase, each time an enemy model is destroyed, while its unit is within engagement range of your unit, roll 1d6 on a 5-up. Your unit suffers 1 mortal wound after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks. Now, of course, I want this one. I want this one. I want this one. I like that, okay? We don't need to straight up lose models. It doesn't have to be D3 plus 1 mortal wounds for every wound lost. Like, we're not. We need Fickle Fire for Tyranids. The Hive Mind will throw gaunts at things. Will to jam up fucking tanks for them to explode and cut off resources from places. Like, they are expendable warrior organisms. How come everybody else gets expendable shit? Right? Like, don't get me wrong, I know GSC, they put the cult and Gene Stealer Cults on that one. And hey, they are praising the big machines, but the demons get it too. right? So I think I'm just saying, GW, if you're trying to figure out on crunch time what one last stratagem could be, if you haven't already done it or figuring out a way to word it better, I want this. Please, pretty please. I like come on now. Like we need a little bit of something. Most of our guns have blast. I will spend one command point to shoot something with my blast gun. Pretty please. Now, moving on, we have Vanguard Onslaught. Oh, what could I want that would fit the flavor of Vanguard Onslaught? Questing tendrils. In the early stages of an invasion, the hive mind harries and unbalances its foe with lightning fast flanking attacks before encircling them for the final bloody slaughter. What could I want that we don't have anywhere at all? At all. Well, I tell you, sisters have it in Army of Faith. And of course, Blood Angels have it. They have it probably in more than one place, but Liberator Assault Group is the first one. Yeah, you guessed it. I want Lance. I don't even need to read the whole stratagem because I just want fucking Lance. I want a stratagem to give me Lance. My horror specs charging in should get Lance. My Trigon charging in should get Lance. My Carnifex, I didn't take melee Carnifexes. My old One Eye charging in would like Lance. I think we see where we're going. Or even just make it better so that now when I do have to chuck my malice after into something one time for the fun time, there's Lance. Um I want Lance access to it. Yes, I want to put it on a Hormagaunts that and even better. Here's the other thing with Lance. I feel that it could really do good for us because while yes, I would love for us to get bonus AP, and if I'm being honest, I started off putting stratagem number 2 as bonus AP in melee, right? While I would love that, at the same time, I don't really need AP3 often for Gene Stealers or melee warriors. It's nice to go to AP2 on Hormagaunts, or would be, because, haven't seen that before. I think it would be nice, but then I go back to asking myself, well, if I wanted that AP2, I'd be doing this, and if I wanted AP3, well, they have sustained, rerolls, twin linked, and my Gene Stealers have dev wounds because of the Brood Lord, so the AP3 makes no difference for those two units. Um, AP2 and 3 would make a difference for something like a Harspex or Trigon. That'd be pretty neat. But beyond that, more the thing that I would really like is Lance. Because if I then, if I get rewarded for playing with my army rule by keeping them in Synapse, that's +1 strength, +1 to wound, right? So now my Trigon would go up from 9 to 10 in Synapse, and then +1 to wound with Lance. That means I don't need to sit here and rely on just uh, Tyran effects or Lethal's Exocrine backslash Maliceptor with Hive Tyrant. That means I have at least another way that's not too terribly easy to start punching some tanks and shits on 3s, if not 2s, right? So, that'd be pretty nice. Now, again, I understand Harspex is 125 and does have 4 attacks that can hit uh anti-tank, right? That'd be cool. That's fine. That's dandy. That's sweet. AP2 on those 4 attacks, D6 +1. So if I could take that to make it 12 attacks, AP3 damage 3. I'm sorry, AP2 damage 3. That's a couple more attacks I'd like the consistency on, right? So I want Lance in some way, shape, or form. If Lance happened to go on Warriors, then I can be convinced that I will pay 215 points for that brick that everybody else loves. And shit like that, though. Like, Twin Link Lance. All right, then I'd even sit there and be like, okay, that's worth me keeping this brick right here for most of the game until I need to punch somebody off the middle objective. Like, that's worth it for me at that point. Um, so I want Lance somewhere, somehow. It's not like we have sustained in melee for this besides the fucking melee warriors. It's not like we have lethal in melee except for possibly, I guess I should say invasion fleet sustained as well. But it's not like we have lethal outside of assimilation swarm. We could definitely use Lance on some of our melee shit some way somehow. If I could lance some Von Ryan sleepers, I'd be happy guy. So I want Lance some way somehow. Maybe if we could take it to Lance lethal at the cost of some mortal wounds. I don't know. I don't know, but it's kind of absurd that the advance and charge Vanguard Invader units that don't really punch too hard, uh, comparatively to advance and charge armies, didn't get like a strength AP wound boost in Vanguard Onslaught. So now the final one. Ooh, where could it be coming from? Off the top rope, Invasion Fleet. Yeah, I think Invasion Fleet is kind of missing something. Does that mean that it's bad? No, it's just surprising because for this to be our index detachment, a lot of other index detachments got something that, again, going to the whole hive mind is sending out things to tell you when to do these attacks, expendable, all these things, right? Like, there's a little bit more strategy once the hive mind gets involved. It's kind of weird that we didn't follow suit in Invasion Fleet. And what do I mean by that? Well, Sisters got it. Necron's got it. Sisters Hollowed Martyrs got it. Necron's Awakened Dynasty has it. Votan Oathband has it. And not Orcs Index, but Mordaka has it. What could I possibly want that these four have in common? And I'm pretty sure I missed somebody else. Um, Praise the Fallen. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has shot one Sisters unit from your army that had one or more of its models destroyed as a result of the attacking unit's attacks for one command point. Your unit can shoot as if it was your shooting phase, but it must target only that enemy unit when doing so, and can only do so if that enemy unit is an eligible target. Hey, uh, Hive Mind goes, hey, one of our buddies over here kind of got shot. Hey, Exocrine, can you handle that? Yes. Is that kind of cracked? For some people, but at the same time, it's one Adeptus Sororitas unit. Uh, I'm just saying, there's other units besides just the infantry. Okay, there's castigators, exorcists, uh, immolators. Like they exist too. So for one command point, being able to do that, return fire with those, I think I should be able to return fire with mine. Necrons has it with Protocol of the Vengeful Stars. Admittedly, your character unit has to go down, and you have to be within 6 inches of of that Necron unit when it's destroyed. Sorry, your character unit has to do it, and the Necron unit is the one that had to be destroyed for 2 command points. All right, fine. Legion of Votan also has it, but on top of that, um, there's the additional that your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit that has one or more judgment tokens has resolved its attacks. One Legion of Votan unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks, your Legion of Votan unit can shoot as if it was your shooting phase. So, there's many ways to get judgment tokens on things. So I guess there's like trade-offs to when this is better and when this is worse. You also have newfound Nemesis that says, hey, uh, after some shit happens, you can place a judgment token on them. So, you know, there's this one that has more or less some things. So it'd be cool if, please, for the love of everything, I don't want any more things that say, if it's battle shocked, do a thing, do the loop and pull, and now your shoes are looking cool. I don't need any more things that are asking me to battle shock a thing when the only thing that can battle shock in our army on our opponent's turn is Death Leaper and Shadow in the Warp. Unless you're going to give me more of those. I mean, technically, okay, the Haruspex too. And if you rapid ingress the Moloch and roll a 5 up on that unit. Okay, fine. But realistically, those are the only ones that are actually doing it consistently. So uh, it'd be nice if we did that. And now orcs, yeah, one command point, Mordaka. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has shot one orc unit from your army that had one or more of its models destroyed as a result of the attacking unit's attacks. Your unit can shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but must target only that enemy unit when doing so, and can do so if that enemy unit is an eligible target. I guess technically, maybe Invasion Fleet might not have been the best because it had to lose things, so I guess you could say this is more Crusher Stampede flavor. Yeah, we'll say it's more Crusher Stampede flavor. But for 3 out of 4, it was their index. So I'm just saying, I think it would be nice if when we lost some things, we got to punish for it some way somehow. This feels pretty Tyranids to me. Expendable warrior organisms. This one, admittedly, is more so just to keep the codex data sheets in line. Like, can I get some land somewhere? Some AP, something other. And finally, yeah, I guess we'll keep it Crusher Stampede. If I lose some things, I want you to hurt as well. I understand I have corrosive viscera. Also, can we take off the fly restriction? I just think that it's time and that we're able to do that by now. But yeah, those are the things that I'm hoping for in a new detachment. I want these stratagems for me. Those are what I want. So, uh, down below, tell me if you consider this part 3 or part 1, because we're now talking about the future of things. But yeah, those are what I would like to see for Tyranids in the future. So, if you like the video, like it. Got a comment for me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.